Hello everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to do the strobing technique, especially for oily skin people, because I have super oily skin but I do like the dewy finish of the skin along with a lot of light. So that is what I'm going to do today. And if you don't know what strobing is, it's basically a very natural kind of a makeup where you don't use any kind of bronzers or contouring and very minimal blush, and the basic like highlight of the entire look is some kind of highlighting here. It's basically bringing a lot of light on your face and enhancing your natural beauty. So that is what I've done here. I have a lot of highlighter, not exactly a lot of highlighter, but highlighter with a special technique going on here on the bridge of my nose and a little bit on my cupid's bow. And the major difference between strobing for dry skin and normal skin is, or oily skin, is that dry skin and normal skin people can use any amount of like dewy foundations and they would still not look oily. But me being an oily skin person, I already have a lot of oil on my skin and I do not want to pat on a lot of makeup because that will look cakey, especially in the crazy Delhi heat. So this is my way of doing strobing, the way it works for me. It's a very natural summery makeup and I'm going to show you the entire look. So let's get started. Let's get started. I am using a cushion foundation by IOPE, and if you do not have that, you can use any illuminating foundation. And if you do not have any dewy illuminating foundation, then you can go in with like a highlighter crushed and mixed it into a foundation, or you can crush a shimmering eyeshadow and mix it into foundation and use it on the high points of your face. Pat a generous amount on your cheekbones and then on your bridge of the nose, and very light on the forehead because that is the place which is going to make you look super oily. Wait for 2 minutes and once it's set, come in with your regular foundation. Now I have super oily skin and this is my go-to foundation which makes me looking kind of matte throughout the day. So wherever you see any space in your face, just pop this foundation oil on and make sure that you buff it very well. For that I'm using my Real Techniques brush, and make sure that you don't touch the illuminating foundation that you have used. So make sure that you put a nice amount of foundation and buff it very well. And yes, I use very little foundation as compared to as I usually do. Then using the same brush, go in lightly over the areas where you used your illuminating foundation just to mix in the boundaries. So yeah, do that, and next it's time to cover up those panda eyes. If you are a person who loves to highlight your under eye area, just make sure that you do not do that for this look, because this look is all about bringing light. So use a little bit of concealer and blend it very well. I used my hands and then came in with the brush again. So then it's time to powder. No matter what the look is, I have to use a powder. It's super hot in Delhi and I just can't work without powders. So I am using like one thin sheet of paper, tissue paper, and placing it on my face on areas where I used my go-to foundation, so that I have a little bit, a very thin layer of powder on and I don't look dry. For forehead, I put it like cover the entire forehead. Then I used a lot of powder to set my under eyes because that is the area where I don't want any oils. And also on my nose, I used some powder directly on my nose as well. And you can still see that shine popping through. So next I took my IOPE foundation again and I used it on the same areas because I wanted a little more shine, but in a different way. So I came in with my highlighter and I'm using a rose gold one. So before that foundation, which we just applied, the illuminating one dries, you have to set it with this highlighter. Use a little highlighter and buff it into your skin, and that will give you a very natural look. So do that on all the areas where we used the cushion foundation for the first time, and then it's time to add some color. I'm using this blush which has some shimmer as well, and it is going to add and give you that rosy young glow. Then use any brown color. I'm using a bronzer on my eyes and use a little bit under the eye and on the complete lid. Then highlighted my inner eye corners with the same highlighter. I'm going to smoke the liner out, and this is the new one. It's a Catrice, I don't know.
So I did a wing liner from one side, and the other side is so cool. It's like a fiber brush, so you can smudge it out so well. I'm really loving this product. So I smudged it on the sorry, on the upper eyelid, and whatever was left of the brush, I used it on my lower eyelid, curled and added mascara, and then went in with a nudish lip. This is actually one of my favorite nude lips. I have a video on it as well. It's by Max Factor, and the look is done. This is how it looks. As you can see, it's not looking oily, but it still has that shine, and I hope you like it.